Good morning and welcome to Haywire Homestead. Today we're going to do a little bit of a talk and treatment of abscesses. So abscess in the hoof. Today it's actually on a horse. So my old girl Star last night, we got in really late. It was dark. I hurried up and gave them their grain, and she came in limping. So I knew there was an issue, and so when I got up this morning, one of the first things I did was I went ahead and cleaned out her hoof with a hoof pick. And found out that right at the top of her frog, and I'll show it to you, she had a spot where there was some blood and pus coming out. Basically, it's an abscess is a collection of infections. So sometimes that can happen from, like, maybe she stepped on a rock and it bruised it, which, you know, and maybe there was a little bit of a break in the hoof to allow bacteria to get in, you know, that kind of thing. And then it just basically fills almost like just a pocket of infection and blood. From that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the tools, the things that I use whenever I am dealing with a hoof abscess. Okay, one of the first things that I do is I give them a little bit of extra grain, and for Star, hers is a senior feed because she cannot eat hay and grass as much as she needs. And obviously my chickens think it's quite tasty as well. Get out of there, out. Okay, so what we have is a bucket of warm water, a pan, because we're going to soak her foot. We're going to soak her foot in a solution of Epsom salt and warm water. And then we're going to clean it really well. We're going to give her the grain to keep her busy. And you can do a couple different things. You can use a sugar-dine, which is betadine and sugar, to help draw the infection out. You can use ichthymol and Epsom salt mixed together. I got two things of Epsom salt. I don't have quite enough in this one. And then this one is one that I purchased. My farrier, who's the gentleman that trims my horse's feet, recommended. And this is called Magic Cushion. So it's a hoof pack. So it creates, it's got pine sap and, oh goodness, I forget what all's in this. Should have looked at that, huh? Let's see. Ingredients, here we go. We got turpentine, iodine. Oh, I guess that's the only really two things in there, huh? But, and then it's got a pine resin. So basically it helps to pull the infection out as well as cushion and ease the pain. So we're going to soak her foot in the Epsom salt water, and then we are going to clean it off really well, pack it with the with this Magic Cushion, and then we're going to wrap it. Put a piece of plastic. This is just off of a bag of bedding, and then we're going to wrap it with vet wrap really well. Final thing is also you can wrap also is duct tape, which I've got to go grab. So hang on a minute, we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure if you guys can see that. You see right there, that is the top of her frog. The frog is called the second heart of a horse's foot, and whenever they walk, it actually, the pressure on the frog helps push the blood back up to their heart. That's why it's called the second heart. But if you can see, it's kind of dark in here, sorry, that she's got right at the tip of it an abscess that has popped. Now usually that actually makes it feel a little bit better, but obviously it's still causing her an issue. So we're going to go ahead and soak it in a rubber pan full of Epsom salt water. Now a useful tip and a safety tip is most horses aren't going to want to stand in a bucket. They'll knock it over. Some of them won't even want to stand in the pan of water, and you definitely would typically want to halter most horses. Star is about 30 years old and we've known each other for a really long time. She might take her foot out, but she'll happily put it back in. As long as she's got some extra breakfast, she'll stand here and be pretty cooperative. So what we're doing is we're just going to let her sit here and soak for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to clean it off really well and apply the medication. I'm going to try to video it as well as you know, best I can for you guys, but I'm by myself this morning, so I'm not entirely sure how good this is going to be, so bear with me. Alright, so I cleaned it out and I turned the flashlight on my phone, and if you look right there, that's where the injury is. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on here. And like I said, I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to video, so we'll see. Okay, let's see how this works. So what I'm going to do is just ask her to pick her foot up, which she's not real happy about right this minute. Slide the pan of water out of my way. Then I'm going to take the plastic bedding and I put some of that magic cushion I showed you on it. And I'm just going to squish that right into the sole of her foot where the injury is. And then I'm just going to kind of wrap that. And what this does is help create a little bit of a waterproof barrier because we don't want mud and all that. And we've got Tropical Storm Gordon coming. So we're probably going to get a lot of rain over the next couple of days. So I want to try to make sure that no mud and everything gets inside of her foot. Now you're going to start up around close to the top. Be careful with vet wrap. You can accidentally wrap too tight. So when you're wrapping up right around the fetlock area, you don't want to wrap it too tight. And then we're going to wrap it down around. And the vet wrap really is just to keep everything in place. And then we'll do the duct tape to really help hold it all together. So, and again, I get up here on the ankle, I'm going to do it loosely. The nice thing about vet wrap is it sticks to itself. It comes in many different colors. So now we're going to do the vet wrap, or not the vet wrap, I'm sorry, the duct tape. Same thing, be careful you don't go real tight. Come on, Mama, pick up your foot. Come on. So we're going to go start from at the front of the hoof to the back, and then we're just going to curve it around. And we're just overlapping. Lots and lots of overlapping. Now this whole procedure will probably have to be redone in about 2 days. Or if she wears through the bandage, I'll have to do it sooner. Okay, so there we have it. One duct taped up abscessed horse hoof. Thanks for watching. You all have a good